Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, September 7th, 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. For those of you who are new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. And for those of you who come back every week and listen, thank you. We're now in the Burr months, my favorite months. We're into fall, Halloween. If you saw my smile just then, you would giggle. I love this time of year. Always, of course, be sure to check me out at Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp on Instagram and under my business page on Facebook under Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. So let's get right to the topic today. And the topic is about God. You can't do it without God. Now, I hope that people who saw the headline are listening anyway, because when I talk about God, I'm not just talking about a Father God. I am talking about Source, Universe, Yahweh, however, Mother God, nature gods. However you personally know God to be, that highest source energy, divine energy, higher consciousness energy, if I didn't just say it. That's what I'm speaking about with this energy of God today. And why can't you do it, in quotes, without God? Because you're a team with God. And the only way to acquire and retain wealth, have instantaneous healing, and have the highest consciousness loving relationships is to partner up with that energy. You've heard me, if you listen every week, say this before. It's about love. And the key is to love the way God loves you. And I am not saying that's easy, but it's simple. Loving like God would love, unconditionally, immeasurably, mercifully. Now, for those of you like me raised in a religion where you were taught that you were sinful, you weren't good enough, I have to go through purgatory, I might not get in. Okay. That's not real. And I say that from someone who was raised like that, still has the programming within me that will come out when it comes out, because it's programming, whenever it's triggered in any way. But I can tell you authentically and honestly that you are loved, that there is a powerful force that isn't judging you. There's no need to judge you. You judge yourself. You judge yourself and you judge others each and every day. I love when I hear the stories of the near-death experiences, because they're very informative. They're all different. Nobody has the same experience. I was watching a reel the other day of a man who had his own individual experience. And in his experience, he saw libraries and columns, and he waited to see his loved ones, but he was only passed away for 7 minutes, so he didn't wait all that long, but it felt to him like he was there for hours. There will be others that have a near-death experience that see angels immediately, that see loved ones immediately. It's what you need. Sometimes we surrender with peace very quickly when we go to heaven, and sometimes it has to be explained to us why we're there. But we're always taken care of. And even when we're shown, and a couple have, at least, been shown hell, that's individual to what they need at that moment. It's not about they're not good enough to get to heaven. Apparently they needed the bejesus scared out of them. And so that's between them and that energy. And it's not for us to say or to know, even if they've shared it. So why do I bring up this loving energy today? Because we are in a time of understanding our power to heal. We can heal anything as long as our will wants to be on this earth. This morning I woke up to 2 tickets winning over $1 billion. It'll be $1 million once, depending on how they take it when the taxes come out. Nothing wrong with that, having millions. Why did those 2 tickets win? Because in some way those 2 ticket holders, and it could be a group of people for each, they lined up with the energy of God. That's the only way to do it. It is the most powerful force in the universe. So how do you do it personally? Okay. You have to throw out all judgment. Not even the judgment, and I do this, where someone cuts me off in traffic, and I never, by the way, and you've heard me say this before, if you listened before, I will never give you a gesture or scream at you or do anything like that. That's just not good karma. I mean, it's not who I am. But will I make a comment in my car? Absolutely. It's like, okay, all right, I hope you get there. You're not getting there any quicker than me, but all right then. That's what I usually do. And they don't. I come right up on them. But if I were completely using the energy of God, I would not even go there. I would feel only love, only blessings, only compassion in that moment. That's how you get it done. You look with this wonderful, warm, warm smile on your face. You look at your fellow man with undaunting, immeasurable love. The way, perhaps, you've been able to do with a baby. Have you ever been brought to tears, experiencing such joy? That's what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, that's where you have to go. Where you're moved by the amazement of earth, by the beauty of the flowers, by the beauty of the sunset and the sunrise. You marvel at it. You're in the moment with the joy. When you do that, that's when healing takes place. That's when wealth comes to you. That's when what you manifest can instantly appear. It's the only way to do it. And also, as Neville Goddard would say, and all the great teachers are saying besides him, Napoleon Hill, Wayne Dyer, those who have, now there are teachers that are here that are alive and well, but many of the greatest teachers have left their teachings behind, and the current teachers are teaching their teachings, right? Living in the natural law where you know it's done, and you're just living in the faith of it. You don't look for it. You don't wait for it. You know it's done, and you're grateful. And again, you're grateful like your heavenly God is grateful for you, because that energy is. That energy adores you. And you don't worry. You don't stress. You know it's done, and it's divine timing. And sure, okay, if divine timing is slower, and the bill arrives, or the person that you have asked for hasn't appeared yet, then yes, it's about holding faith. You will be tested. But you have the ability within you to pass the test. Absolutely. And you can restart every day and every moment. And what I do, and what is Bob Proctor taught to do before he passed, and now his family is teaching, and perhaps his institute is as well. I'm sure they are. I'm just listening to his family more now, his wife, his children. They would tell you, script it. Ask for what you want from who you are, and then script it as if it's already occurring with gratitude and thanks. I am so happy and grateful that I am living here, that I have this. And what it does is it reinforces what your soul already knows. Now, can you, because I heard this, yes, can you use this God energy to heal another? Well, how do you think Jesus did it? Yes. How do you, why? That's how it happens at Fatima, Medjugorje. It happens through that love, through that faith. And again, the miracles that happened there are through love of God, through love of fellow man. There was this wonderful story. It was a repeat, I'm sure, 60 Minutes here in the U.S. And they were talking about, again, if you're a listener every week, you probably have heard this. But it's such a great story. A nun had debilitating issues with her body. She had to be braced. She couldn't walk. And I believe I remember she was suggested for her to go to Fatima. So she went. And she was so moved by the other Christians there, so moved by the energy, that 3 days after she left, she began to have complete healing. And now she's had 300 doctors check her out mentally, physically, psychologically, and she passed. They can't explain it. So she is a miracle. Her miracle was brought about by her love, by her joy, by her happy tears. If you can find a way to have joyful tears, you will bring to yourself all that you would ask for and another. Now, I give you this reminder that you cannot heal another that refuses to be healed. It is said even Jesus asked that. Basically, are you ready? Are you accepting? And if it is somebody's will to not be on this earth, you cannot prevent it. That is between them and God. And you're not involved, no matter how much you love them. That's so important, because we as humans do not like that. We'd like to believe that we can cure somebody and keep them here no matter what. That we can talk them into staying because they love us and we love them no matter what. That is not true. But you can still give them the best energy to have a peaceful transition, to give them peace, to give them whatever outcome they are open to, the very best. You still can serve. So the key to yourself and manifestation and healing, manifestation in every way, is to get into a place where you're grateful for your life. You're grateful for your fellow man and you love them no matter who they are. And believe me, we live among the cranky. Right? Oh my goodness, we live among the evil. We live among the hateful. Yet it is so important to get into that place where you are God in human form. You are God in human form. Practice it. What would God be like in human form? That's what I'm going to be. I remember when I was a child, a very small child. I was in church. I loved church. I loved it so much. So I'm sitting there and I'm hearing about a judgmental God. I remember thinking within myself, and thinking when I wasn't in church within myself, that would mean that I'm a better person than God. That can't be possible. Because I don't want to judge. I don't want to condemn. I don't want people to go to hell. Remember thinking, I'm a small child. I'm 5, I'm 6, maybe I'm 7 years old. So if I can know that that shouldn't happen, then this God knows too, right? This God would not be a better person than me. That's what I always used to say to myself growing up. God cannot be a better person than me. Or a worse person. I apologize. I scrambled that. I cannot be a better person than God. And so, Jesus spoke about how powerful we are and how there would be those who came after him that would also have powerful gifts and have more powerful gifts than him. He didn't say he was the all. We are all the all. We all have the ability to heal. We all have the ability to serve the light. But we can't do it through wanting revenge, through being angry, through having unforgiveness. And believe me, it's understood that our life experiences will put us into places where, of course, we are harmed, and it's hard to let go of it. And rightfully so. If someone harms you, you're not supposed to just brush it off your shoulder. It's the greatest, though, teacher of love. And before we come to this earth, we ask for those lessons and experiences. We do. We don't think they're going to be harder when we do it. And then we get here in this human body with all its senses into this world that has been so thick and material and full of emotions and fears and survival. It's like we asked for the hardest advanced course. But we had faith that we'd get it done, that we'd be able to overcome it through love. And we're here. We are understanding the heart-mind cohesion and how powerful it is to bring the two together. We are understanding that the heart has more chambers than we realized. We are understanding how powerful it is. That's where the intuition is lodged, in the heart. You get your heart busting, and you will be able again to fix anything as long as you want to be here. And you can't force it. You can't fake it. There should always be kind and grateful. Okay? We'll all have moments. I have moments when I'm out in the world, and I call those moments I'm not ready for my public moments. But I will still smile. I may not smile bubbly. I might put my eyes down a little bit more than I normally would when I'm fully embraced in life, but I'm still going to be kind. And if I don't think I've been kind, I fix it. I just answered an email 2 days ago, and I didn't like how I answered it. So I went back to make sure to say how I am looking forward to their appointment. I'm so grateful and appreciative that they booked. Right? And we were fine. We were good. By the way, it wasn't nasty. I just felt like I wasn't as... I didn't have to use the sentence that I used. That's all. There was no need to say something. And so, don't be hard on yourself. If you notice a moment where it's not the highest, just correct it. That's all. You can even correct it within your own mind. It doesn't have to even be to the person. It's called reframing. Reframe it that you're your best self. So today, I'd like to challenge you, whenever you hear this, to practice being God in human form. What would God do? Would God be more generous? Now, do not put yourself last in your generosity. This energy would say to you, you have to love yourself first. You have to feed yourself first. You have to clothe yourself first. You have to give yourself beverages first. All right? But don't hold back. Don't hold everything behind your gate or in your house or in your bank account. Circulate. Be kind. Be generous. Tip a little more. Smile a little bit more. Pray for someone a little bit more. You're not supposed to say, we're taught this lie, that the meek inherit the earth, that we're supposed to be sacrificial. We're not supposed to be sacrificial. We're supposed to love ourselves, supply to ourselves, and know that we have enough to give to others. Abundance is a flow. It circulates in and it will circulate out, and then it circulates in again. It doesn't stop unless your inner self decides to stop it. And your outer self by not circulating. So I have had to get over the inner programming of the fear that it will not circulate back into me. And doing that, I stop circulation. Trust, have faith, believe. And it's okay to get back on track when you have those moments. It's the only way. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure again to check out my website at lisahaupt.com for what I do and to schedule an appointment. And also Instagram, please follow me. Facebook business page, please follow me. If you're listening on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. I see my listeners or my subscribers inching up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I get all excited. It's not an ego thing. It's oh good, people want to follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And on every other platform, thank you so much. However you can listen to me, I appreciate it. However I can serve you, I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you next time.